I always come on here and make videos as soon as I leave the gym, so it's rainy today, excuse my hair. I want to talk about just like a couple things that have been weighing on my heart this week. I think religion wants you to be so compartmentalized that like people just can't tell the difference anymore of who's a child of God and who isn't. Like, when you're the generational curse breaker of your family, you are going to get hit hard by the enemy. He's going to attack your mind. He's going to attack your beauty, because Lucifer was the most beautiful angel, so he's got a vendetta against women in general. And then throw in, if you have a marriage promise from God, he is going to do everything in his power to make your spouse not want to be with you. So he's going to send counterfeit after counterfeit. He's going to appeal to their desires of lust. He's going to appear to, make you think that because the counterfeit wears a cross necklace, that's the one God chose. But then they might do witchcraft behind the scenes. It's becoming like more abundant to me to see clearly that, especially men today, you guys don't have an ounce of discernment. And you really struggle with the sin of lust. Like, let's be honest. I can look at a girl and know, like, that's a demon. I can look at a man and go, no. Like, no. Like, I had a guy approach me the other day. He had a picture of Mary, like Mother Mary. I'm all for, like, loving the Messiah's mother, but the whole Catholic faith, she can't hear you. Mary can't hear you. She's not omniscient. She's not omnipresent. I don't know if this is just like the blessing on my life of how anointed I really am, but I've never met people like me. I've never met anybody like me who could just look at a person and know that ain't it. It never occurred to me like how protected I was growing up. I never had like a lot of friends. I appear to be like I would have a lot of friends, but I don't. And I always like felt like something was wrong with me. And like now that I'm older and I understand God better, he was protecting me. He was protecting me, and I went out into the world to try to feel like I needed to belong out there. Religion wants you... 90% of marriages are arranged by the devil. I just want to put that out there. That's why they all result in divorce, because a lot of people don't want to be lonely, which I understand. Being lonely sucks. But you're supposed to wait on God to confirm your person, because the heart is deceiving. And like, Adam and Eve are the embodiment of every person down here. As a woman, you are one man's rib. There's not, oh, like, you lost this one, go find another one. Like, it's never going to work. That's why they want you to believe all these, like, TV and reality shows about, like, lust and Love is Blind. I mean, it's entertaining to watch, but essentially they're all mocking God. They're all mocking God. That's another reason now, like, I can't connect to anything right now. Because I'm just like, everything is a lie. There's not it's really hard because people of God, there's women that are on TikTok posting about their kingdom spouse journey, and like there's women who are waiting 10 years for their husband. And we keep asking God, we're like, what's the holdup? I'll tell you what the holdup is. These men are lost. These men are prodigals because they don't have any discernment. They go for the fleshly desires. And obviously you have to be attracted to your person, and you will be, but it's like how men, in my opinion, I've seen it. Men choose the worst women. The worst women. For example, I knew this woman, I won't say her name, but she would go to church every Sunday. She would flirt with other men in front of her fiance, publicly post pinching other men's butts, disrespecting her fiance, but she's married. She's married. God will always give an evil woman to an evil man. And he will always preserve his righteous. Yes, we walk through the fire to carry the flame, because the anointing is heavy to break all the curses. So God will often introduce you to your person early in life. You'll go through a separation season where he prunes both of you, heals your nervous system, and then he'll bring you back together to hold the blessing. But church doesn't teach that. Why would they? Why would they? God doesn't confirm your spouse. Yes, he does. Rebecca and Isaac. Abraham and Sarah. I mean, like, what's the point today? Nobody reads their Bible. The Bible is literal example after example of God's own love stories. Look at Ruth and Boaz. Everybody's like, oh, just wait. But the waiting is hard. It's not easy. It's like I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm watching everybody else get what I want. These people are living in sin, but they're getting married. These are horrible people getting married. But God's not in that. And I always have to remind myself of that. God's not in that marriage. God's not going to bless that marriage. You live in sin. Why would he? See, people don't want to admit that they can't read people as much as they think they can. So, like, God looks at the heart, man looks at the outer appearance. And you will see who has favor by which one God calls back into isolation and closer to him, and which one he lets wander off. Touch not my anointed is a command. So my prodigal just married the counterfeit. But what he doesn't know is that I knew it was him the second I saw him. And he was a freshman and I was a sophomore in high school. So that was what? I would think I was 15. He was 14 and I was 15. I'm 31 now. I've waited all this time. But I'm not, like, yes, it hurts. But God is going to work on my behalf because he's already shown me from an early age, this is your person. Since my life fell apart and he led me back to my Egypt, He had to pull me away for a while to heal me and prune me and get me ready for what's to come. He's going to let the whole scene play out. He's going to let the counterfeit think they won. He's going to let the devil think that they won. And he's going to continue to work in my prodigal and work within me. And he's going to elevate me because I'm the one that's standing for us. I'm the one that's been praying. I'm the one that God chose. Oftentimes, though, when you give your life to God, the road to heaven feels like hell. So everybody wants to look around and be like, oh, like, they're not being attacked. Like, they look perfect. May want to take a look in the mirror. Satan doesn't attack his own people. My faith is being stretched so much right now. But I've had about 5 confirmation dreams that this will happen. I just don't know when. I don't know how. All I know is that I deserve... If I've waited this long and this has gone the complete opposite way, it's going to be big. So there's something in me that God is going to use for his glory. So it's fine. And we often see in like Joseph and David, when you're anointed and you have a promise from God, oftentimes, like when Joseph told his brothers that he was going to be ruler of Egypt, things went the complete opposite direction. And I'm in that boat right now because I'm like, this is not what you said. This is not what you promised. Like, what's happening? Are you there? Are you hearing me? Like, I'm panicking. So, church doesn't talk about this. They don't talk about this at all. They don't give real life testimonies. So, I mean, like everybody says like, oh, keep your mouth shut, keep your mouth shut. But, don't cast your pearls to swine. But that's the thing. It's like when God makes you a promise, it's going to happen. So no matter what anyone tries to do, it's still going to happen. I have that much faith. And I mean, I've been through so much, and I've seen how God has come through for me at the end of everything. And it's just like, how much longer do I have to go through this? This is what it is, though. It feels like you're constantly gasping for air. And you're just like, when is it going to end? I'm in my restoration season right now. So I'm out of the wilderness and I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping more than I have in years. And, like, God pulled a lot of things that I was stressed out about out of my life. And I'm finally seeing progress in my fitness journey. It just feels like it's been like an endless battle of me going around a mountain and seeing no results. But God will shatter a woman that he plans on using in order to rebuild her in the dark. So, I mean, I've spent years in isolation. I've spent years just letting him work in me intimately. But this is what it looks like when you walk with God. It looks like you're almost like not blessed at all. It looks more like you're unlucky for a big amount of time. Hence, like, why Joseph got thrown in prison. And then overnight, here's the blessing. So, I'm kind of using this time to work on myself. And I've noticed that God's, like, doing a heart surgery in me, too. Like, things that I used to hold on to in anger, they're, like, not there anymore. Like, the trauma still happened, but, like, I can't really remember it. Yeah, so I mean, I'm going to be a living testimony. Sorry, I know a lot of you have a lot about my gym fit attire. You guys have a lot to say about, oh, you should never show your chest. That's another thing. Okay, do you know what chosen ones actually, like, look like? They look like Selena Gomez, Britney Spears, Michael Jackson, myself. We're not the embodiment of what religion wants to compartmentalize women as, because we don't just view the flesh, okay? It's more about your spirit. And not saying, like, I have my together all the time. I definitely don't. But, like, they want to make you think, like, if you wear a tank top, you are going to hell. Like, these people don't know God whatsoever. They don't know anything about him, how he works. They don't read the Bible. They just go to church and think that's enough. And they think covering themselves from head to toe is enough. And it's like, the only thing that really matters is having a relationship with God. Like, oh, you should never be angry with God. That's a real life emotion. You can be fake all you want. It's not going to happen with me. God will expose people's hearts around you through your discernment, through dreams, visions. I mean, when I discovered that I was chosen, people hated me my whole life, and I never knew why. And being isolated too, it was my protection. I didn't know this. So that's what being set apart is. It looks like you're weird because the world wants to paint what's holy as something that's evil. And we're living in a time where good is evil and evil is good anyway. But it's just wild to see, because things that I don't understand why people do. If marriage is supposed to be of God, right? Why are you marrying somebody who doesn't know God? Or why are you getting married at all? Like the evil woman that I was talking about, she's married to a narcissist. That's a demon. You made a godly covenant, or something that's supposed to be of God. You made it with a demon. Narcissists are vessels for demons. But she said I was stupid. Well, you enjoy. I don't resent you for anything, and I never wish to be in your position ever. Or the devil's a liar, and he'll say, like, no one wants you. Well, I have God's approval, so it doesn't matter what you think. And I'm not worldly. I'm not going to be for everybody. I'm not everybody's cup of tea because I'm champagne. I know that all my waiting is not going to be in vain. And I see now, looking back, on how hard the enemy attacked me and why he did it. So that I would know. I know very well. And I'm very hard to fool now. So I hope like a little bit of my testimony helps somebody out there. I don't really care what people think anymore. To a point, I never did, because consider the source of the person that says whatever they're saying to you. If you wouldn't trade places with them, it shouldn't matter what they say anyway. Because, like, favor's not fair, and I have God's favor, so literally does not matter what you say to me. I'm so good. I've been single for probably like 6 years. And like I'm happy enough to love my prodigal, but I'm not gonna chase this man. I'm not gonna beg for him. Like, let God work on him. Let him show him who I am and the mistake that he made. And, you know, hopefully he comes back more devoted to God than ever, because like, I don't want him to go to hell. People want to be like, oh, you know, God forgives sin and everything. Well, you can try to use scriptures to justify your style of living all you want, but we both know the truth. He's not going to bless what you're living in sin of. Like, it's not going to happen. God's going to be like, I never said that. His grace is sufficient, but you can't go against his will and expect it to work out for you. But that's none of my business. So I'm going to be obedient. And if my prodigal spouse is watching, you know, I pray for you every day. I'm not mad at you. I want to love you. But I need you to put the counterfeit away, because I'm not competing for what's already mine. And I started writing a journal for you, so the whole thing's gonna be written out every day. And you know, I hope you can forgive me for leaving for a little while, but I was being obedient to God. I was in no position to be ready back then. Yeah, it's not really an easy walk. I'm very lucky that I experience God to the point that I do, where He's literally been with me my whole life. I just didn't know it till an older age. But, yeah. I just want, more than anything, for this to come to pass. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of being alone. I feel like I'm living a life I don't want. But God's timing and his plan is better than anything that I would ever be able to conjure up. So I trust the Lord with all my heart, and I'm not leaning on my own understanding. So I hope that you'll put your ego and pride away and learn to appreciate that about me, because I did the work. I did the hard thing. I did the thing most people don't do. Have a good day.